Brad, you had won 5 in a row. Now I think you've lost 5 of 7. Just what's been the biggest difference?
Well, first of all, I think, and let me do the math on this, but 3 of the 5 are, like at Oklahoma City, at San Antonio. Those are really tough games to win. Obviously, the 3 home games, you want to perform better. The Detroit game, we played decent, but not good enough to win. The Miami game, I didn't think we played well, and tonight we just got manhandled. I would say that tonight is a combination of there were some things we didn't do, and they're playing at a very high level. Well, we didn't provide any, defensive resistance at all. Nobody has against them recently, if you look at their scores and watch them play. And then offensively, I thought that we missed a ton of great open looks in the first half, especially from behind the arc. And for whatever reason, I thought that affected us negatively. That and the score wasn't exactly going in our direction.
Just how impressive was their execution, particularly early on? It looked like their starters were just,
again, they were operating without much resistance. And, Paul is in charge of the whole game. And, he was really good. And then, Reddick's playing at a ridiculous level. And the 2 bigs are hard to handle. Matt Barnes is playing at a great level. You just go down the line. They're playing really well.
How much help can, rather than the night just continue as the first 3 quarters did, how much can it help to have a fourth quarter where there was some spirit, there was a little bit of a roll to try to carry that over to tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think that, Mark, that's a good question. But it's, we've talked about this before. It's easy to play down 30, but those guys that were in there played well, as they did the other night too. But maybe I should go with those guys earlier and see. But I thought they did a good job of giving us a chance.
Brad, Marcus only played 9 minutes in that first half and didn't play much of the third quarter. What was the decision to not go with him in the third?
Wanted to be a little bit bigger, and I didn't think that he was having his best night.
Do you see anything offensively from him? Do you think maybe offense might be leaning at the defense where he's kind of struggling on the offense?
He's pretty consistent defensively. I think he's a really good defender as far as he gives you a very consistent effort regardless of the offensive stuff. But he was frustrated offensively, and so I felt like we were going to try a different direction.
Brad, I would say 3rd consecutive game you guys have played kind of blah, just not that spirit. Are you guys tired? What would you attribute because the last 3 games?
Well, I didn't think we played that way in New York. I thought we played a little bit. We were trying to win quickly, but we were up 11 or whatever with 3 minutes to go. I just didn't think we ended well, but I thought we played okay that game. We just missed shots. Listen, we're going to have to make shots to win these games. There's no question about that. But, I think that as those aren't going down, does that affect other aspects of your game? You hope not. But I don't think we played. Again, I think it did affect us tonight.
Was Jordan intimidating guys? You guys didn't. You guys took just a bunch of jumpers in the first quarter. What does he defense? What does he do to pose a threat?
Well, I don't think there's any question he's the best rim protector around, and I think there's a reason why he'll be up for Defensive Player of the Year in the league. His presence is felt when he's on the floor.
With 5 minutes left, obviously there was that medical emergency. What was your understanding of what happened there and what's going through your mind kind of as there's that stoppage in play?
Well, I don't want to get into specifics of what I heard because I don't know what my, what I would be allowed to say just from a HIPAA standpoint. But from everything I was told, it was addressed appropriately and quickly, and hopefully, and from what I was told, they think the person's going to be okay, and hopefully they will be. Certainly, your thoughts are with them. It's, puts everything in perspective pretty quickly.
In that fourth quarter, too, it seemed like Marcus was a little frustrated with a couple of cheap shots or something. Did that take a
I don't know what he was. I don't know what he was
It seemed like you
frustrated.
took him out right after.
Well, I think he felt, for whatever reason, he got the call. I think was on Reddick where he got pushed into the screen, and then the next time they got tangled up going for a loose ball. I don't know exactly what happened, and without seeing the film, I don't have really any comment on the play. But he was frustrated, and so I took him out and didn't put him back in.